Now here, this way. Well, good afternoon. I didn't think I'd be back on before Christmas, but here we are. And Isla's still full of beans. I don't think there's any tiring her out. But wee Floyd here has had a long walk already with his mummy. So he's just trotting along slowly, I think. We've had a few barks, but Isla was desperate to be chased, but that wasn't going to happen. She's like a racehorse. Oh, if we only had all that energy, or if we all had that energy. I'm just dawdling along in my usual pootling manner. Now, it doesn't feel like Christmas because all the frost has gone, but that's good because it's better for walking, although a bit muddy. But it is kind of dree. And I'm still wrapped up. I've got my lovely new Max in the Lake, out in the Lake District bobble hat, the orange and grey one, which I posted up a photo. Somebody said I looked like a bank robber. But I think I would stand out like a sore thumb. But I love it, it's lovely and warm. Now, wait till we see where Floyd has gone. There's Floyd, sniffing away here. Hi, David. Hope you have a great Christmas ahead. And maybe we'll catch up in 2023, that would be good. I wasn't going to come out because I've got lots of papers to mark, but then we need a break from the computer. As it's sore on the head, sore on the eyes. And it's a wee bit quieter in the park just now, which is great. Right, this way. Come on, this way. Come on. I think Floyd's mummy has tired him out this morning. Or he's feeling like many of us, exhausted, overwhelmed. Thanks, David. You have a lovely Christmas too. There's never a moment that should be missed about going out into nature. And people were saying they liked my podcast about what motivates me to get up in the morning. Now, when I started doing it, I kind of thought you could start at the beginning and go through. It would become my life story, and I thought that'll be a podcast of hours. So I kind of cut it short. But there are many things kind of motivate me. And I don't know why, I don't know whether it's in the genes, maybe my bloody minded gene, my stubbornness, but I really never give up. And if people say I can't do something, I set out to prove them wrong, and that's stood me in good stead over the years. And I try not to, it's difficult, but not to let bad choices get me down. I kind of try and reflect and see, well, what was it to learn from that? And believe you me, I have made some bad choices in life. And I was just thinking this morning, there was one time in my life where I did think, will it ever get any better? Kind of, what's the point? But a colleague and good friend, actually, George, he opened up an opportunity for me, and for that I'm forever grateful. And it was an opportunity to do some lecturing and some tutoring and examination work for procurement, and that was for the SIPS Institute, Chartered Institute of Procurement and Supply, the legal side of that. And that led me also to the Open University tutoring, and that just was fabulous. I met so many wonderful people, one of them being David there. And of course there are many people in life and they just become lifelong friends, and of course colleagues as well, other lecturers. And although I'd done psychology, I actually applied to do business law at the Open University, and I don't know what happened, but my application, I think, went awry or landed on somebody else's desk, and I actually got a call to say, would I mind doing the psychology residential school? I thought, why not? And so, years on, I've got all these lovely people I met at the residential schools over the years. And you, Isla, you've been in the pond, in a mucky pond, haven't you? Will we go this way? We'll go over this way. Come on then, this way. And this is the parakeet tree. Oh, they are out. Oh, there's 2 or 3 this morning. 2 or 3, 4. They're not hiding in their nest. I don't know if I can zoom in. You don't really see their colours very much. No, I'm zooming in at the wrong bit. I'll just zoom back out. There's a few of them fluttering, not doing much tweeting this morning. They're maybe having a rest. So I hope you're all set for Christmas, and please don't overspend. There's no need. There are many things you can do just to lift people's spirits. Give them a hug. Send them a virtual hug. Come on. Yeah. Isla. Isla, come. Isla, come. Good girl. Come on, Floyd. Just keep walking. Come on, Floyd. This way. He's got caught up sniffing the butt of another dog, as doggies do. Oh, and there's Isla. She's straight in. No, no, don't go into the pond. There's a birdie. She's ignoring it. Oh, you've got a stick. Come on, Floyd, come on. Good dog. Good boy. Good boy. Look at that. He's a good boy. Even running. My goodness me. Oh, there we are. The chase is on. No. I think he's too exhausted to bark this morning. Or this afternoon. Oh, right. I hear you. Yes, I just said you were too exhausted to bark. No. There we are. Just has to go into ponds, any water at all. I don't even see them. Oh, there she is behind the tree. Are you annoying, Isla, are you? Oh, I love it. He says, get out my road, get out my road. Oh dear, round and round and round and round. I love it. Floyd just stands sometimes. Oh, chasing a bit. Oh. Oh dear, what fun. It's like teasing each other. Oh, it's a yappy dog. Come on. Oh, I hear somebody's going in the water. That is Isla, I think. Isla's going in the water. Yep. Floyd's not daft. He's not going in the water. It's a bit of a cool breeze, so I'm glad I'm all wrapped up. But the ice is all gone from the pond and the river. Isla's seen another doggy, and Floyd's just decided to stop and sniff, do his usual snifferoo. So back to some of my wee tips again, apart from the smile and laugh. They cost you nothing. Remember to hug yourself. You can do that. Makes you feel good. Is that your wild water swimming, Isla, is it? Dripping wet, aren't you? Do we deserve a wee biscuit? Will we? A wee treat? What we have? Oh, your ears pricked up for that, didn't they, Floyd? That's it. Nice wee treats. Good doggy. These are tiny wee treats. Right, you shouldn't get one because they're sparking. Yes, so back to the tips again. Breathing, of course. Breathing is fantastic if you're getting angry, overwhelmed, frustrated. And if you can't get out and about, perhaps not go the long walks I'm doing or the dawdling along, you can always open your door, open a window and just try and breathe in some fresh air. I know the sky's kind of grey today, but sometimes it's lovely to sky watch day and night, but during the day you can watch the clouds float by, imagine the different shapes of the clouds. That's using your imagination. It's a difficult time of year for many, of course, especially if you've lost a loved one. And there's quite a few people have lost loved ones just in the last month. Always difficult. It's difficult at any time of year, but perhaps more so at this time when people are maybe in a festive mood. And if you have to join maybe a Christmas party or a family party and you feel overwhelmed, just remove yourself, go to the little room and just sit and reflect. And if you need a cry, have a cry. Nothing wrong with that. You don't want to bring the whole party down, but it's difficult at this time of year not to get emotional, over-emotional. And you don't want to keep it in check. You do want to let the tears flow, but at appropriate times. And remember my tips when we were all in lockdown and we couldn't get away from each other. I said try and find a space for you, and that's often the little room in the house. And you can tell people, adults and children, look, this is just, I need a bit of me time. You don't need a long time. We're not talking about hours. Even just 2 or 3 minutes. And of course having your journal or a gratitude list is great. Writing down what you're grateful for, what you're thankful for. And sometimes it's difficult not to think of all the negative things, but try and focus on the positives. And of course there'll be children studying for exams. They'll have their exams after the Christmas period, and maybe some haven't done as well, but just study hard and do your best. It's not always about exams when you're young. And many of the fabulous people I've met, in fact, studied later on in life, and mature students maybe didn't have the opportunity when they were younger. And then they find a passion for something and really do well. But we're all different. Some people are good at the sciences and the maths, others are good at art, music. I'm just taking a moment here to reflect and listen to the water, the river. just love the sound of the water. Just let your thoughts go. Let them float away. The sound of the water is so soothing. Isla's seen another doggy, but we're going to go this way. Come on, Isla, come. That's her. Very obedient. Now we're going to go down to the river. It's still a bit fast flowing. So I hope my tips are helping everybody. Remember, make my ABC your good habit and you won't get overwhelmed. You will feel better, feel good. I'm going to go over this way. And for everybody who is into working out their body, those who can't, it's good just to have a walk like me, a doddle, a pootle. But if you are working out, please remember to work out your mind. It's so important. It's far more important actually than the body. And I think people forget that you can actually strengthen your muscles by using your mind. That's Robert Winston, in fact. He did a lot of research, and I quoted him in 2 or 3 of my talks actually, when he used to watch top athletes, and one of them was the Russian gymnast, and she was doing a new exercise and she kept missing. It was a triple bar, one of the first triple bar exercises, and I often ask, like my audience, what do you think the coach did? And they said, oh, got her to practice again and again. And actually that was the wrong answer. They got her to practice, her coach got her to practice the exercise in her mind. So she had to go away and she had to visualise, use her creative imagination, imagining her catching that triple bar, fulfilling successfully the exercise. And she did this. So it was like using my ABC. And Robert Winston followed this girl. And when she actually came to do the exercise, what do you think happened? She successfully completed it. So you can actually achieve lots by using your mind. Successful athletes do this. They don't imagine that they're going to win the gold. And I say this to students who are actually, or anybody actually, who are going through work challenges or exams. Don't think that you will pass. Imagine you have the trophy in your hand, the certificate in your hand, the gold medal. You won it already. And somebody said to me, but what if they don't win the gold medal? Well, the true athletes, top people, learn from that and they never give up. And that's resilience. And using their creativity actually builds resilience. And it's with resilience and the courage to go on that they succeed. And I've said before, when I was in Australia, I met an Australian journalist, and she's written books after she'd spoken to many people who'd suffered traumatic experiences, not just from the loss of loved ones, but some of them from life-threatening injuries. And the word that she liked from the most of them who coped the best, they did not use the word victim. They did not use the word survivor. they used the word endure, and I like that. They endure in a different way. And I remember it was a radio interview many years ago, like a debate on whether leaders are born or are leaders taught. And I was actually in the panel. I think that leaders are born. I think it's true, you can teach so much. You can teach managers to manage. But if you're a leader, I was never a very good manager. I think I was maybe too soft, maybe wanted everybody to like me. And I make no apologies for it. I'm a leader. I like leading. I think I like inspiring and motivating people. And true leaders don't have ego, they let go of ego. And there are many, I think you can think of leaders that you know that just inspire and motivate. And I think one of the things that the true leaders have is self-awareness. Now, self-awareness, I think, can be taught, but you have to open yourself up to this. And I was talking about this to somebody. There are differences between arrogance, ego, self-esteem, confidence, assertiveness. And I was working with an American team, and it was interesting that one of the team members, who was really quite disruptive, happened to be a male, but could easily be a female, and he truly had no self-awareness. And people say, well, how can you learn self-awareness? Well, you need to challenge your belief system. You need to get rid of the labels. You really need to love yourself first and not try and get that closeness from someone else. Just met another doggy there. So it's of my wellness series of books, that's the one that it starts with. You need to know how to be self-aware. Once you've cracked that, you can move on to the others, like building resilience, having audacity, being brave enough, having courage to do things. But I've met so many people along the way that have absolutely no self-awareness. And it's sad for them and for everybody around about them. So take a moment to think of maybe people you know, people you're with, even in the family, in your teams. And I bet you'll come up with some that you realise aren't self-aware. They don't seem to know what's going on round about them. But it's difficult to do, because challenging your beliefs that we've all been labelled, we've been labelled from birth. And you need to ditch, or you need to reflect on these labels and see, are these labels truly what you are? Now, some people think that a positive label's good, but actually both types, the negative and the positive, can impact your life negatively, because negative labels can bring you down. Maybe you've been told, some of us are told when we were younger, don't you talk, you don't need to talk, nobody wants to hear you. Or you're lazy, why don't you do this? But if you're also told, or you hear the label like, why can't you be like your sister? Clever, or intelligent, or whatever, any positive label, that actually impacts on your sister, because then sometimes they then strive perhaps more then they should be extending themselves further, maybe beyond their capabilities. So all labels have an impact. And that's where I quite like I use my diaries to write down labelling. And in the workplace, I think it's quite funny. Sometimes people have been given a label. You're now senior manager or you're director of this. Sometimes the phrase promoted according to their incompetence seems to ring true. And of course, don't get me on my hobby horse of bullies. I find it really interesting with the companies I've worked with that if there's been bullying, the victim is sent for counselling. They are given time off. Now, to me, the bully should be told to leave as well and go for counselling. It's the bully that's the problem. But of course, what happens is sometimes they're just sent to another department where they do the same again, so they don't learn. She's found a pal. Right, Isla! Come on, Isla, this way. Right, Isla, come on. Isla. Come on. Floyd, this way. Isla's come, but Floyd's decided not to. Anyway, enough of me ranting this morning. I hope all that resonates. I'm sure it does. But back to this lovely walk in nature with the gorgeous Isla. You going to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Isla? You going to sit nicely? Floyd? Where's Floyd gone? Sit, sit, sit. That's a good doggy. You going to say Merry Christmas to everybody? Is it good? Is it good Christmas? Wait till we see. We need to see where Floyd is. Floyd, come on! Oh, he'll come in his own time. He's a good doggy. Who's a clever doggy? Isla? Are you? I know, but we're waiting on Floyd. Where's Floyd gone? Right, back up the hill. He's making me walk. No, you stay here, Isla. Where's Floyd gone? Right. Oh dear. Right. Right. Floyd, good boy. Oh. Come on, Floyd. Floyd, good boy. No idea where he's gone. Come on, Floyd. Well, I think I'll have to cut this video short because Isla's now having fun, but goodness knows where Floyd is. I think he's seen another doggy here. Floyd, come on, Floyd. Right, well, I know. Where's Floyd, Isla? Okay, I'll cut this short just now. And remember to smile and laugh. And virtual hugs to everybody. Bye for now.